the Atlantic Canada's first seafood industry innovation summit right here in St. John's, Newfoundland at the Marine Institute. I'm Alan Dale with Gale Force Winds. Keith, great to be in conversation with you. A lot of cool things happening here, a lot of people talking, a lot of collaboration going on. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Well, I'm Keith Watts, General Manager of Torngat Fish Producers Cooperative with the head office in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and we run the most noteworthy fish plants in Newfoundland, Labrador, out of Makkovik and Maine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about those plants. How many people work there, and what are you processing up there?
Well, roughly about 150 people now, I guess, because we're down to 2 plants. We had plants in every community on the North Coast prior to me coming on here. I've only been with the company for 20 years. The company is 42 years old. It's a cooperative, Indigenous, Inuit predominantly, about 550 members, fishers and plant workers. So getting back to your question, now we operate a turbot plant in Makkovik and a snow crab plant, and in Maine we operate an Arctic char and Icelandic scallops.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's incredible. Now, of course, one of the themes of this particular conference is around automation and things like that. Are you seeing that in the plants now?
We are there. I mean, that's what we've been doing over the, we have to keep on top of things. We ran into real trouble this summer, even though we're, highly automated. Labor on the north coast of Labrador is very, very difficult situation, especially last summer where we have our crab plant, we highly mechanized. At one time it was a 60-person production plant with 2 shifts, and because of the labor situation that we've seen, and I think we were probably first in this province to see the problems coming down the line, and so we highly mechanized. We went to a 30 person plant for the turbot and for the crab, and also we did the same for the turbot. However, with the ways that you process snow crab, I mean, it's a live product, very short period of time, we were unable to harvest our quota this summer, and we had to send it away. And that is our moneymaker. It was very disappointing, very, very disappointing. And we saw this coming for a number of years. That's why we were trying to keep ahead of it. Right. This year we weren't able to do it. So we're here now because we're talking to Botter and other companies to look at different ways to take our 30-man plant now, 30-person plant, down to 20. Because we only had 17 available workers this summer when we were doing crabs, so we had to send it away. However, turbot is another different operation, and it gives you a little more time.
Right.
And you can hold turbot for 10 days in ice, so it's not so bad. So we managed to do the turbot, half a million pounds of turbot, I guess. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do our crab. We thought we were going to catch up because COVID was quite hard on us, and crab makes money, and we thought we were going to have an opportunity to start back up again, but unfortunately we're going to have to wait till next year now.
In your business, of course, the product, the paper flow, and everything is all vitally important. Talk to me a little bit about digitization of your kind of operation and the management of that information.
Well, my assistant manager Ron Johnson is a very techie person, and he takes care of most of that. And of course, we had to advance in that direction as well, because all the people, the organizations and regulatory things of that nature are all gone in that direction. So we have to advance as well, and we have through everything that's required, from anything to do with licenses to fish production to everything, finances. It's all gone in that direction, right?
And another big conversation is around finding value in what we once considered waste, a waste product, and indeed, in some cases, paid money to have it taken away.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing great value in that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Unfortunately, that doesn't play a big part in where we are. We're, like I mentioned to you before, we operate the most northerly fish plants in this province. We're not connected by road. We're heavily reliant on the provincial ferry, and that, of course, changed from Lewisport to Goose Bay in the last 4 years, I think. So we had to hurry up and change then in order to allow for cold storage and build a cold storage and warehouse in Goose Bay to accommodate that change. But with our operations, like in remote communities, with very, very limited workforce, and more so now because of the aging process, a lot of our persons that work for us are my age, and a lot have gone out of the industry into the more attractive professions with regard to mining, and Muskrat Falls was there for a while. The higher wage,
Right.
and you can't, that's personal choices, and I understand fully to take advantage of those opportunities, which mostly are short-lived when it comes to projects and things like that. So we lost a lot of labor in that direction, and now in the last couple of years we've been heavily reliant on students, and students make up a fair portion of our workforce in the summertime, and that's right from 14, where you get a note from parents so that they can come into the plant for a specific period, like 8 hours or whatever it is, and you got to be very careful in these situations as well, but also those older teenagers too. But you got to remember yourself as being a student. I mean, you don't want to be toiling all summer long without having a break. So even though it's there, like it fills a purpose with the students. Students you got to allow for, because they may disappear at any point in time.
Yeah, right, yeah.
However, they are working very well for us, but unfortunately this past summer we were not able to do our crab.
Right.
So we're scurrying around trying to figure out what we're going to do next year.
The conference been good for you? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
good sharing
Yeah,
of ideas
yeah,
and
yeah.
practices?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of familiar faces, because the industry in Atlantic Canada, we're all involved in different boards or organizations, so we meet each other periodically, if not Boston anyway. But it's been good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
This has been a real pleasure to be in conversation with you. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for telling us all about Torngat and what you're up to.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah.